Okay. So we're going to resume our speeches here. If I can just sort of get everybody's attention. Obviously, two of the most instrumental people in making this evening all come together smoothly are Heath's parents, Carol and Neil McLeod. If I can get a big round of applause for them as they make their way slowly up to the stage here. Welcome up, Carol and Neil.
A warm welcome to all of you. I'm Carol, Heath's mom. And this is Neil, Heath's dad. Well, it surely has been a long wait for this celebration. Early last year, I thought I would be giving this speech in the day lodge at the base of Castle Mountain. Now, more than 12 months later, here we are at the McLeod Ranch, a much-loved spot for both Heath and Charlotte, where many great memories and fun family gatherings have taken place.
A little bit of history about how this land came to be part of my family's heritage. My grandparents started moving in from PEI in Nova Scotia in the early 1900s, and originally were farmers east of High River. Later on, they decided they should add ranching to their resume. So they first started west of the Bayou, about 20 miles north of here is where their first ranch was. And after a few years of feeding their beef to the wolves and the coyotes and the bears, they decided they better move to a little more ranchable land, if that's a word. So they picked this piece of land. Lucky for us, they chose this beautiful area in the 1930s. Dirt trails have turned into paved highways. Trees now cover most of the hills that were once mostly grass, but the view is still gorgeous and it's a great place to go for a ride.
As any of you that know Heath, it is so hard for me to do this without making it into a roast. He spent the first 10 years of his life in Stettler, where he excelled at anything involving a stick, a ball, or a bat. This created a group of like-minded little buddies who all loved to hang out at the arena, ball diamond, and later on the golf course. When he was about 5 years old, he said to me, "Mom, I even like the smell of the arena." I knew then that I was going to be in trouble. This idyllic life was rudely interrupted in the summer of 2000 when we moved to High River, and we wondered if Heath would ever forgive us. At the ripe old age of 10, he stated that as soon as he had any money, he was going to sue us for making him move. Rob, you could have helped him out. With a big thanks to Cousin Stuart, the High River Rangers, the Rio Golf Course, and later on the Highwood, he soon adapted to his new home, thankfully liking school and spending time at the farm with his cousins and his grandparents. I have to stop now and talk about the three amigos that we see here supporting Heath today. Zach. You are Heath's go-to guy. You are the one that Heath can count on to enthusiastically accompany him on any adventure. Scott, you have been in on many escapades and have the good sense to remain tight-lipped as not to upset your aunt. Stuart, you are one of the funniest people that we know, and I promise that I'll do whatever I can tonight to keep you away from the rum punch.
Charlotte, a few things that you need to know about Heath, but you probably already know. One, Heath loves to sing loudly, in the shower especially. Heath loves a game, any game. But if it's a board game, be prepared to play quickly, know what the trump is, and never quit in the middle, especially during a brisk marathon. Just ask his sister Shannon. She's never been forgiven.
Number 3, Heath is up for any adventure, and once he sets his mind on doing something, there is no looking back. Parachuting in Vulcan? Who even knew there was an airport there, let alone any safety standards? Thankfully, I wasn't privy to any of this until the jump was complete. Hitchhiking from Edmonton to Saskatoon, when he had the use of our truck to make the journey. "Oh, Mom, I just want the experience," he said. I was sure he was going to end up dead in the ditch. Flying up and back to Yellowknife in the same day just to increase his floor's chance of winning the Skulk Drink Fest week during his first year of residence at U of A. Whenever I try to put the brakes on Heath's plans, he reminds me that ships are safe in the harbor, but that's not what ships are built for. We first heard of Charlotte when we met Heath for supper during his second month of vet school. She was one of the horsey girls, and it was obvious then that he was already smitten. They were in the same study group and soon were spending lots of time together. Over the next 4 years, they supported each other during grueling exam weeks, practicums that were often in opposite ends of the province, but they still managed to take time for some skiing in the winter and having fun at one of Charlotte's favorite places, the Hemstock Cabin in Montana.
Welcome to the family, Charlotte. Your vet skills definitely come in handy around here. But it's your horsemanship skills that are the most appreciated. We still use horses to move and round up cattle, even though there are a few quads and side-by-sides on the place. Thanks to you, Charlotte, our herd of horses increased by 2 this year. If they behave, no one will make any comments. But if one acts up years from now, someone might just say, "Wasn't that the horse that Charlotte found?" It's a tough crowd with a long memory.
It is the wish of every parent that their child finds a partner who is kind, respectful, and shares the same values as you do. Charlotte. Peggy, I didn't think this was going to happen. Charlotte, you are this and so much more. You are clever, a hard worker, and a wonderful artist. We all treasure your handmade gifts and cards. I knew you were a keeper when you showed up at our house for the first time with a still warm from the oven lemon poppy seed loaf in your hand. It is said that it takes a village to raise a child. One of the best parts of a celebration like this is a chance to spend time with another village, Peggy and Rob. It has been our pleasure to get to know you and your family over this 7-year journey. Thank you all so much for joining us here today as we celebrate the beginning of the next adventure for Charlotte and Heath as they leave the harbor and set sail for New Zealand.
get you to come up to the stage for one brief second. It's getting to be a little bit of a family tradition to welcome the new members with a few little gifts. Before I get too far, I'll just mention we're in the cattle business. We also raise purebred Angus, so when in doubt, we like to advertise. So that's always part of the gift. But we'll start off with something else.
Charlotte, you are now part of the McLeod clan. So here's your first bit of decoration. And Charlotte, whether you like it or not, I know that Heath is going to make sure that you end up being a golfer. Here's some very special tees and a fancy visor.
So I went into the UFA store the other day and I said I need a sage green cow stick. When they finished laughing, they pulled this one up for us. It's a little bit off stage, but it's the best we can do. So there we go, Charlotte. We appreciate it. Everybody needs their own cow stick. Also, everybody needs a new pair of gloves. I've carried Charlotte's last pair in my car for about a year, I think. And that's no lie. I finally dug them out a while ago and said, CH, who do I know who has CH? Okay, it clicked in. So we have a new pair of gloves with Charlotte. But the trick with these ones, you have to walk around with your hands like this the whole time for advertising purposes. That's all we require.
All right, another bit of shameless advertising is one that you'll share with our son-in-law, Scott. Here's your own hat, Char. Inverness Angus. And lastly, I thought it was a nice tiny gift that this is a brand, our brand, the same one that Charlotte and Heath did today. And it's one that you can put on steaks. So as you're barbecuing. So I thought that this would be something that Charlotte and Heath could take to New Zealand and show off to their friends as they brand their steaks. So a little mini barbecue brand.
So Charlotte, welcome to the McLeod family. Thank you very much.